Hi, I'm Toby, and this is my Zelda collection. Hi, I'm Toby. This is Toby's Take on the Geek Guru channel. Today I wanted to show you basically all of the Zelda related items that I've collected over the years. I've laid them out all on the table here. There's a few bits that I didn't include, like I've got a hoodie, a Zelda hoodie, but it's far too hot on this summer's day to be wearing a hoodie. So yeah, let's just get into this and I'll show you some of my favourite things. Okay, so let's start off with this section. This one here, this is a Twilight Princess themed sword set. Well, at least the front cover is. I think the swords and the shields basically range from a bunch of different Zelda games, and they're basically like little key rings. They've got a little hook on the top, but obviously I'm going to use them for display pieces. I guess you could hang them up on the wall or something, but I think they look quite nice in this sort of velvety red thing here. This is something that my wife Karina got me for Christmas. So this goes on display in my lounge, so I really like that. You can get another set that's I'm not sure if it's all shields or something, but this is basically a sword set with some shields. Next up, a couple of these little sweatbands, these little Zelda things. These came free in a magazine or a loot crate. I think this one came from Loot Crate. I'm not sure, it could have been this one actually. But these are like my least favourite things from my whole collection. So, moving on, we've got some soundtracks. Let's take a look at these quickly. So this is the Link Between Worlds soundtrack. I got this from Club Nintendo. This is one of the things I spent my points on when it was announced that they were closing it down. So I thought, you know, I've got to get this. It's a really nice collector's item, original soundtrack. Ocarina of Time 3D original soundtrack. I got this straight from Club Nintendo as well. Actually, no, it might have come as a pre-order bonus, I'm not sure. But again, it's an official soundtrack for Ocarina of Time. Keeping these in their packaging because to me they're just collector's items. If I want to listen to them, I'm sure I can find them online. And this here, I think this came with a magazine ages ago, probably official Nintendo magazine. So this is Melodies of Time. This has got a bunch of different tracks, ranging from the very first Legend of Zelda up to the Wind Waker. So really good ones on there, and I enjoy listening to that quite a bit. Unfortunately, it's a little bit in a broken state, this case. But that's easily replaced. So over here I've got a picture frame, me and my wife, when we got married. But these are perla beads decorating the frame. I got these from an Etsy shop. Unfortunately I can't remember who I bought them from, but there's loads of these all over Etsy. If you don't know what perla beads are, there's basically these little black, well, not black, obviously they come multiple colours, but there's these little plastic circles, and you sort of thread them together on like a sheet, and then you iron them so they sort of melt into each other, and you can make sort of pixelated things with them. So yeah, I really like those. Over here we've got the complete Zelda encyclopedia. This came free with official Nintendo magazine. Basically, I've collected official Nintendo magazine since the very first issue when they sort of rebranded it. But yeah, this is a really interesting little booklet with loads of facts and things about the characters and different Zelda games. Just a nice little thing to have in your collection. Now we'll move on to over here. I'm not sure if you can see those. Let's pick these up. These mean a lot to me. These are basically homemade Zelda cards that I made when I was quite young. I can't remember how old I was, probably about 12 or something. Basically, I wanted to create my own Legend of Zelda card game. So I drew the pictures from scratch, and I wrote little powers for each of them, just a bit much, you know, kind of like Pokemon cards. They had their names, HP at the top. This is like an item that Link can use if you get that. So let's go over some of these attributes and weapons and stuff. So I gave Link a basic slash. Let's move that a little bit closer so you can see that. So he had a basic slash that cost, it did 30 damage, 2 power points to use that. He's got an arrow, he's got fire, ice and light arrows plus normal arrows. Spinning sword slash, power up for 1 turn, 100 damage, costs 2 PP. Then you've got items, so he's got a powder keg, bomb, gilded sword, Deku nut, which stuns enemy, and a fairy sword. So I'm not sure, the fairy sword did more damage, so well, there you go. So yeah, I really like these, and they're laminated, so they're going to stand the test of time. We must have had a laminating machine back when I was a kid. Got Evil Link here. I should have called him Dark Link, but obviously as a kid couldn't remember what he was called, so I just called him Evil Link. He's got Gilded Slash, Spinning Gilded Sword Slash. Basically, yeah, just powers up and can do more damage. Basically a more powerful but basic version of Link. He hasn't got any items to use. Ganondorf, got to have your main bad guy. He does Mega Punch, Fireball, Energy Bolts. When you do Energy Bolts, apparently you have to flip a coin 5 times. If heads, it does plus 10 damage. And special, he turns into Ganon. So I guess I was going to make a Ganon card where you could transform him into Ganon. And finally, Link's Ocarina. You can play songs. So Song of Healing heals Link for 100 health points. The Elegy of Emptiness creates a dud Link with 70 HP. So it kind of fits within the games. The Song of Hate, I don't know if that's an official one or not, does 20 damage each turn. These are actually really cool, and they do, like I said, they mean a lot to me. And you know, looking at them now, it makes me want to make more. So, do you think I should? Should I make my own little Legend of Zelda card game? I think that'd be quite cool. Alright, so we're going to change sections now, and we'll go over some other stuff. Okay, so here we've got the official player's guide for the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This is the softback version. It covers Wii and the GameCube version. Is this one? Who publishes this one? Future Press. But yeah, this is cool. I should have flipped through the Wind Waker one actually. I'll flip through that in a minute. But basically, it runs through the whole game. It's got lots of really nice images, lots of good detail in it. Nothing too special about this one though. It's kind of just an out-and-out guide from start to finish, like walkthrough. It's got the item keys at the back and maps as well. But that's about it for that one. I'm just going to quickly show you the inside of this magnificent book. So in this one, this is one of my favourite guidebooks ever. So it's got such colourful artwork, just like the game. Really, really good artwork. And throughout, it's got your usual maps and images and text about going through it. Lovely, like every now and then you get these lovely sort of pieces of art throughout it, and I just love these, and these inspired me to do my own art in that style. I could have shown you that actually. I've got some really nice art pieces that I did. And then at the back of the book, it's got a lot of cool extras. So you've got a bestiary to show you all the different enemies in the game. and how to defeat them and what items they drop and stuff. Then you've got the boss guide, so you've got these really awesome images of all the bosses, and yeah, I really adore it. I mean, look at this, you've got the map and everything, it folds out and you can see everything in there. So yeah, really impressed with that book. So here we've got a couple of guidebooks. These are hardback. This one is for A Link Between Worlds, collector's edition. In the style, basically, in this chest here is more of these books for the different Zelda games, and they're all hardback, all in the same style. These were sold separately. Obviously they don't fit in the chest, but I just had to have them. So in the Link Between Worlds book, I've got a cool little, I think it's called a lithograph, something like that. But yeah, this is awesome. This came in the guidebook itself. Look at these gold pages, gold edged, brilliant. So yeah, this is another really nice guide. A lot of detail, lots of images, not so much artwork as in the Wind Waker one, but yeah, it's very useful. I used it a little bit. I can't remember what I used it for. There was something about the game I just couldn't figure out, but yeah, I had to use it once. But it's just lovely to have something like this in your collection. And here we have the Ocarina of Time 3D Collector's Edition. I think I might actually have the normal edition of this as well in the actual chest there, but this is for the 3DS re-release. So all of the screenshots are from the 3DS version. Lots of nice artwork. I don't think there's anything extra in this one, but yeah, they've all got the same sort of style, lovely sort of ivory cream pages, very well laid out book. So here we have the magnificent chest of guidebooks. I guess it's meant to look like a chest from the Zelda games. Doesn't quite look like it, but obviously it's square and it's got the sort of iron around the edge. I suppose it does in a way, but it's not going to light up when I open it. But so it's got this really cool. You can't see that. Hang on, let's move that forward. Yeah, it's got this really awesome metal Zelda, gold Zelda plaque there on the back. It's got that. How awesome is that? So in here we've got the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Collector's Edition Guidebook, hardback. They're all hardback. Wind Waker HD Collector's Edition Guide. The Spirit Tracks Guide. The Twilight Princess Guide. This is notably thicker than any of the other hardback ones. Not sure why. I guess the game's longer. I don't know, but there you go. And the Phantom Hourglass Collector's Edition. So these two are some of my least favourite Zelda games, but they're part of this box set, so you can't really complain about that. Of course, my Skyward Sword Gold Wii Remote Plus, which came when I pre-ordered Skyward Sword. Here's the special edition box that it came in. Really nice gold theme again. Obviously gold runs throughout the Zelda series. And the Skyward Sword game box itself. I don't like the fact it's got massive green thing on the front there. I wish you could sort of reverse the cover or something to get rid of that. It also says not to be sold separately, so it's kind of annoying when you have stuff like that. It kind of ruins the box art in a way. But some games give you reversible box art. I'm not sure. I don't think this does. But it'd be nice if you could just get rid of that. So let's go over some of the other games. A Link Between Worlds on 3DS. Gotta have that. That is just one of my favourite Zelda games ever. Ocarina of Time 3D, again on 3DS. 3DS re-release. Well, not not necessarily just a re-release, they did some stuff to upgrade it, upgraded graphics, most notably, as well as some motion controls for aiming, etc. When I got this, actually, I got this from Game in the UK. They gave me this pre-release box, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. I'm not sure what's in here. Basically, it says there's no software in here. It's just a pre-release box. Again, I have no idea what it is really. Just says this collector's item software box is yours if you pre-order Ocarina of Time 3D. And I didn't actually pre-order that, I just had an extra one and they gave it to me, so that was nice. They also gave me this funky hat that I'm wearing. To my favourite Zelda game ever, A Link to the Past. I have it on SNES as well. This is the Game Boy Advance release. They added a few sound effects to this version. I think they're taken from Ocarina of Time or Minish Cap, I can't remember which, but there's basically like you can do some stuff in this game. I think you can like break swords, break pots with your sword in this one, where you couldn't in the original. You had to pick up the pot, stuff like that. Just little minor changes. But the best thing about it is you can take it on the go in your DS or your Game Boy Advance, obviously. Over here we've got the Minish Cap, Game Boy Advance. Really underrated Zelda game, this, by Capcom. Lovely art style, top-down style again. Very reminiscent of the cel-shaded art style. But yeah, this is another really cool game. A lot of cool mechanics. We've been able to be shrunk down into like the Minish form, which is basically just a tiny version of Link, and you can solve puzzles that way, and a lot of unique items like the gust bellows and stuff in this one. You can they had like a suction thing where you could like suck a mushroom that could fling you across a gap, stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of really cool stuff in this one. The original Link to the Past game here on the SNES, or SNES as you like to say in America. So we got this lovely gold box. I think you had a black edged box in America, so screw you, we got the better version. The best, the quintessential Zelda game. Absolutely. Cannot go wrong with that. If you've never played a Zelda game, play this one. Everything was born from that one. I mean, obviously the original, but this is where it all got really good. So you've seen Skyward Sword. Let's have a look. You've seen the Wind Waker. You've seen that. Twilight Princess on the Wii. I'm kind of gutted that I never picked up the GameCube version. It would have been nice to own both versions, but unfortunately the GameCube version is very expensive now. You're looking at like probably £50 to £100 for the GameCube version, which is just a little bit too much for a GameCube game for me. Even if it is Zelda, I'll probably pick it up one day if I can, but it would have been just interesting to play the game on GameCube with a GameCube controller. Most notably because the game was reversed for the Wii version of the game. They sort of mirrored the entire game, because where the Wii version used motion controls and everyone had their Wii remote in their right hand, traditionally Link has been left-handed, so what they did is to match the player's movement, most people being right-handed, they flipped the whole game. They just completely mirrored it, so the sword was in Link's right hand. I'm not sure why they couldn't just flip Link. They had to flip the whole game, but it's kind of interesting to have two different versions like that. So I guess if you're really used to playing the Wii version, you could play the GameCube version. It would feel kind of new and different because everything's the opposite way. But we've got the Majora's Mask 3D limited edition here. I bought this, well actually I pre-ordered the new 3DS XL, which is the Majora's Mask version. I kind of just wanted it because the console is Zelda themed and it looks awesome compared to the other colours you could get. But yeah, this comes with a digital version of Majora's Mask built into it. But at the same time, I thought, you know, it's nice to have a physical version, so I got the special edition. I've never opened it. I'm kind of just holding on to it. But yeah, it's just really cool because it comes with a pin badge and a poster and whatever this is as well. But I did want, there was another version you could get from Game, I think, if you pre-ordered, and that had like a paperweight with Majora's Mask in the middle. I was like, oh, I really want that, but I didn't end up pre-ordering that one. So you've seen the console here. Basically it's a traditional new 3DS XL. Totally gorgeous. All the masks from Majora's Mask around the edge. Ocarina of Time on the N64. We had, my brother and I, we grew up like living in, well, we shared a room and we shared a lot of our stuff, as you do with brothers and sisters. You share a lot of stuff. So we shared our N64, and we had Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. It was all boxed and everything. We still got them, but last year my brother decided he wanted to take those games back because, you know, it's kind of his console more than it was mine at the time. So I ended up just picking this up at a charity shop one day. I probably should get a box version just for my collection, but there's so many other versions of this available right now that you know, I don't want to just keep buying it over and over again. I probably will get a box version eventually. Wind Waker HD on Wii U. This is an amazing game. Again, the box art on this one is spoiled by this. I think this does have a reversible cover though, yeah. So they did the right thing with this one. So you can take this out and reverse the cover on it. I haven't actually done that, I don't know why. I guess it's because, I mean, that is cool and all, that artwork, but I do like the more vibrant artwork that's on there already. Yeah, I really like this artwork, and it's a shame that you can't just have this reversible without all this crap on the front. We got the amiibos, or amiibo. This is Link, obviously. These are all first edition amiibo. Gonna keep them in their packaging. I'm not one of the people that's gonna tear them out. So we've got Link there, we've got Princess Zelda, all European versions. And we've got Ganondorf. Over here we've got Toon Link. I actually prefer Toon Link to the traditional Link. Well, in terms of amiibo at least. And then Sheik, finally. Sheik's another pretty cool one. I do, however, have a Ganondorf amiibo outside of the box. I was thinking of repainting this one. I might still do that, but when I took him out I realised just he looks amazing as he is. Like, does he really need repainting? I mean, what do you think? It would also be a bit tricky to get underneath the cape. I'll probably have to take the cape off. We've got the Wind Waker HD box. So when you pre-ordered Wind Waker HD, you could get a special edition. And with this came this really awesome Ganondorf statue. He's in this little plastic container. You can just pop it off like that. Get a better look of him there. This is a display piece in my lounge. Little movable plastic tassels there. That is just a work of art. I really, really like that. I'm really happy I paid a little bit extra and got that. Alright, so that's been my Zelda collection. Thanks for sticking with me. I know it's been a long video. If you love it, let me know in the comments. If I'm missing something that you think I need, let me know. I'd really appreciate that. Feel free to join our Facebook group, the Geek Gurus. The Facebook link is in the description below, along with all our Twitters. I'd love to see your collections. If you want to post your collections via photos or video, just post those in the Geek Guru group and I'll be sure to see them. So thanks again for watching. I'm Toby, this is Toby's Take, this has been my Zelda collection, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!